Sorry folks, the stream has apparently cut out. I'll give you an update. We're currently in the bottom of the third inning. The score is 1-0 to Chat State, and there's a runner on first base for Cleveland State with one out, and we have Bryce Woody currently on the mound. Apologies for the technical difficulties. So a 2-0 count now on the hitter. I can't believe I just commentated all that without noticing. Bryce Woody's struggling a little. He's got a 3-0 count and he's just walked a guy to the first on 4 straight balls. He needs to come back and throw a strike here. With one out and a runner on first. And that will be the second walk of the inning here on 4 straight pitches. Chris Tyler goes out to check what's going on. Hopefully get him back into a rhythm. Runner's now on second and first with one out. And Bryce comes with a fastball high for ball 1. That's an inside pitch for ball 2. A 2-0 count now. Now a 3-0 count. And that one will be high for ball 4. And Brandon Parrott's now going to come have a chat with Bryce. And Bryce has got loaded bases now with one out, and he throws that in for a ball. He's going to have to try and get himself a little ground ball double play and get himself out of here. That ball's up for ball 2. That's a strike. Inside part of the plate. 2-1 count now. Ball 3. 3-1 count. Bryce Woody trying to find his way back into the zone here. That one will be strike 2, making it now a full count. 3-2 with one out and loaded bases. There's a big pitch for Bryce Woody. and it gets fouled off. Count remains 3-2. And that will be ball 4. And a runner will come in and score, making it now a 1-1 ball game, and loaded bases, 1 out. A new hitter comes to the plate. Bryce comes with a fastball that's up. It's right over the middle, just too far up. Just needs to get over the ball a little more. There it is, a swing and a miss. A 1-1 count now. Still 1 out here, so Bryce needs to get himself out of this inning, hopefully with just that 1 run. Another fastball up. And that ball is dead center on a line to Sean Shealy, who tries to jump for it but doesn't make it. And it'll go straight to the wall. And there's been a throw at home by Ty Delancey, who makes the throw and gets the third runner coming home out. So folks, that'll be 2 runs scoring, the third one coming in and getting hosed at home by Ty Delancey. Great throw there from shallow center field, and the hitter goes to second base on a double to the wall. So the score is now 3-1 to Cleveland State, and we've got 2 outs and a runner on second base. Bryce Woody needs to find himself a way out of here. First pitch is fouled straight back for strike 1. Another foul ball for strike 2, 0-2 count now with 2 outs. Bryce is trying to secure this last out here for himself. Inside pitch for a ball there, and not a bad idea though. 1-2 count. And that one gets fouled to the left side. The hitter was very late on it. 1-2 count remains. That ball goes very high in the air. Sean Shealy is apparently camped underneath and swallows it up for the third out of the inning. The score's now 3-1. After that, 2-run double with the loaded bases. So we'll see what Chattanooga can do here to get the lead again. Nick Blueboil up from Chat State now, taking that first pitch up for a ball. That one's going to be outside for ball 2. Two-0 count now with nobody out. And he manages to slice that one down the third baseline. He's going to run that one out. Possibly a triple here. And is he going to go for it, folks? No, he's not. And I think that was a good call on Nick's behalf, because he would have got hosed. So a double there for Nick to lead off the top of the 4th inning. A great piece of hitting. Bit of Oppo field stuff there. Brings to the plate number 23, Ty Delancey. And he'll be coming up left-handed here. Hopefully scoring a run or perhaps laying a bunt down. Pitcher tries to slot a curveball in there, but it's a little high for a ball. Ball 2 comes in there just outside. Nice pitches, but just not strikes. And Ty tries to get a fastball to hit there, but ends up flying out to left field. There's a low pitch that he just probably a ball, honestly. But regardless, makes that the first out of this inning, and bringing the left-handed hitter Jacob Holton up. He DHing today. Runner on second base and 1 out. Outside pitch for a ball to start the at-bat off. He takes a big hack at that one, misses, and that'll be strike 1. 1-1 count. He skies that ball to center field where it's going, and it is out of the ballpark. Jacob Holton puts that one almost dead center, and that ball's gone, folks. He scores himself 2 runs with a big blast. That's number 2 for Jacob Holton this fall. And boy, was that a stroke. So the score now 3-all. All tied up here, ladies and gentlemen. Bailey Russell now up to the plate. Curveball comes in for strike 1. 1 out and the bases are cleared. Another curveball for strike 2. Another curveball that'll be in the dirt for ball 1. A 1-2 count now. And he goes for a fastball and it gets fouled back by Bailey Russell. A 1-2 count still, 1 out. And a curveball that's just up and in. Bailey gets his hands to it but pushes it to the shortstop and gets tagged out at first on an average throw. First baseman manages to get the ball and tag Bailey on the way through. 2 outs now. And Brandon Parrott is up to bat. Takes that for a ball. Fouls that one to the right side. A 1-1 count now with 2 outs. Curveball comes in there for a ball. 2-1 count. There's a fastball low that gets fouled back, making it now 2-2 count on Brandon Parrott. Ball gets fouled off again. A curveball in the dirt will make it a 3-2 count now. And that fastball is way up, but Brandon swings at it and misses for strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So that big blast there from Jacob Holton manages to tie the game up, and we'll go into the bottom of the 4th at 3 apiece. Kenneth Thompson, the right-handed pitcher, will now be on the mound for Chat State. Kenneth is a freshman, right-handed pitcher.
forgot to turn the music off.
First pitch will be a ball. The second pitch, another ball inside for Kenneth Thompson. That one gets fouled back, making the count now 2-1 in the bottom of the fourth. Oof. That one comes right at his head, and he managed to duck out of the way, but the count will now be 3-1. Curveball comes in there, and it's just inside, and that'll make it ball 4. Now a runner on first base and no outs. Quick pick off just to keep him honest there by Kenneth Thompson. That ball will be strike 1 on the batter, right down the middle, fastball. A little bit of tomb seam action there by Kenneth Thompson. The bunt is squared around and the runner steals, but Chris Tyler makes a throw to second that just doesn't happen to be accurate enough. So the runner stealing is safe. 2 strikes from the batter now. Unsuccessful bunt. And a swing and a miss. Drop third strike, but the runner still is out, and that'll be a strikeout for Kenneth Thompson, getting himself the first out. And the other runner remains on second base. 1 out, runner on 2. And Chris tries to block that ball, but it ends up getting past him. So the runner will advance to third base here, and we could have ourselves a sack fly or a sack bunt situation with 1 out and 1 ball on the batter. That one is going to go straight to second base, scoring the run, but the batter gets out. But he did his job. 4-3 to Cleveland State now with 2 outs and no one on. Strike 1 on that batter now. Ooh, another high and inside pitch. Will be a 1-1 count here. A curveball, high and inside for ball 2. And that one will be ball 3. 3-1 count now. And a check swing that doesn't get called. Probably not a swing that he didn't break his hands. So ball 4. Runner on first base now. And 2 outs. And the batter squares around. Bunt is straight in the dirt. Chris Tyler fields it and makes the play for the 3rd out. So 4-3 to Cleveland State after that run scores in the bottom of the 4th, and we'll go to the top of the 5th next with a new pitcher for Cleveland State. Another right-hander. Chris Tyler to lead off this inning. And the pitcher comes with a ball inside. Chat State have to work to make it at least a run here. And that'll be a 1-1 count now on Chris Tyler. And a curveball that he takes to the right side just clips the first baseman's glove and it'll dribble into right field. And Chris gets himself a single. A great piece of hitting there. He manages to get the 1-1 curveball and push it to the other side of the field. And he'll bring number 22, Max Schmoll, to the plate. Max very likely to bunt here in this situation. Third base creeps in. He gets himself a fastball inside for a strike. No out, runner on first situation here. Max has to get him over. Another strike comes in. Both fastballs there, so probably expect some off speed here in the 0-2 count. A pickoff gets past the first baseman. Chris Tyler advances to second. And that'll make it a 0-2 count with a runner on second now and no outs. Pitcher's worst nightmare, that is. When you got a guy on the ropes and you do a pickoff and throw it away. Very unfortunate. Max takes that one very high in the air, it'll go foul and it'll go right out of play to the left side of the field. Count remains 0-2. First ball of the at-bat there, a 1-2 count now. A curveball will come in there and Max gets struck out on that curveball. Bringing to the plate, number 13, Jet Kern. A runner on second base and one out here for Jet Kern. He's got an opportunity to score someone if he gets himself a base hit. Pitcher calls time and asks us to have a chat with the catcher. Possibly about signals. Signals for second base, I assume. Fastball right down the middle there for Jet Kern, and he lines out to centre field. No runner will advance. Only one runner can advance if he wanted to. Chris Tyler will remain at second. 2 outs now. Sean Chili's going to be the man to do it, if he's going to do it. Sean squares around and quickly pulls back after he realises that one's going to be a ball. 1-0 count. Curveball slots in there and it'll be called a ball. I thought it was a pretty good pitch, honestly. 2-0 count. Sean Chili rolls over on that one and is going to be safe. That ball was to the first baseman's right side and he had to make it play with the pitcher, but Sean's going to beat that one out easily. So he advances Chris Tyler to third base, and we've got a first and third situation here with Nick Blueball up to bat. And 2 outs. Probably see Sean Chili steal a base here. Or at least try. And Nick takes that first pitch deep to centre left centre, where it will get caught. 3rd out of the inning is made. Kenneth Thompson will remain on the mound for the bottom of the 5th inning. And he puts that one up and outside for a ball. And the same pitch comes in again for another ball. And that one's up. It's not away, but it's up. And that'll be ball 3. And that one's low. Ball 4. 4 straight for the Cleveland hitter to lead off the inning. And it's not a good start, but hopefully Kenneth Thompson can get himself a ground ball double play. The runner does not go. The hitter takes a swing at it, and it was a very high pitch. Strike 1. Kenneth Thompson takes the pick off and throws it into right field, where the runner now can advance. And it was almost like deja vu, ladies and gentlemen. Very much so the same thing that just happened to the Cleveland pitcher happened to Kenneth Thompson, where he throws it into right field and the runner gets a free base. 0-1 and a runner on second base with no outs here. A 1-1 count now after that ball. Up and away. That ball's rocketed back to Kenneth Thompson, where he almost catches it. It hits the tip of his glove and goes straight to the ground. He picks the ball up and makes the throw to first for the out. That was pretty insane. Very close to a on the full catch, but it just slips out of his glove in the end. But he still makes the play. So now we have a runner on second base and 1 out. Ball 1. The runner goes. He's going to get absolutely hosed at third. That was an interesting lead. That'll be ball 2. But Chris Tyler easily throws the runner out going to third. So there's now 2 outs and no runners on. That runner didn't even have a very big lead, and Kenneth Thompson was slide stepping to the plate anyway. Comes in for ball 3 on the hitter. And that one will be ball 4. 2 out walk. Runner on first now with 2 down. And up and away for a ball. That's that one. Kenneth goes for a pickoff to no success. That one's low and inside, and he takes a big hack, but swings and misses, so the count now goes to 1-1. Ball was down the middle and will go foul to the left side of the field, making it a 1-2 count now. That ball's very up and very away, making it a 2-2 count. Another fastball down the middle, and Sean Shirley will sit there and take it for the third out. 4-3 is the score leading into the top of the 6th inning. Cleveland State still in the lead by that 1 run. Only 2 hits though to the Cleveland State players, whereas Chat State have 5 hits, 3 runs. So they've still got some work to do, but we've got plenty more innings to go. Tyler Franklin will now come into the game as a hitter. And he takes that first pitch and swings at it. Fouls it off. Strike 1. And a really good curveball inside there for the second strike. Ooh, that one was a fastball right down the middle. He just slams it, line drives it right up the middle and gets himself a single. Tyler Franklin, well done. Jacob Holden, designated hitter, had a home run in the 4th. He is now at the plate again. Takes that one for a strike. He puts that ball in deep left field where it gets picked up for a catch. 1 out and a runner on first base now brings to the plate Bailey Russell. And that'll be the first strike on Bailey Russell. 0-1 count, 1 out and a runner on first. Pick off, no success. Another pick off, it'll be safe again. Comes in with a little curve piece for a ball. 1-1 count. That ball's fouled to the left side for the second strike of the at-bat. And the count now is 1-2. Curveball and fouled straight back to the back net. The runner goes and he'll be easily safe as the ball is in the dirt. 2-2 count now. Runner on second base, 2-2 and 1 out. That fastball is going to be way outside and the count will now be full. I believe the catcher may have gotten crossed up because he took that fastball almost to the face. I think it was meant to be a curveball. Pitcher may have crossed him up there. And that ball goes right to the back net for ball 4, and Tyler Franklin will advance also. So Bailey Russell gets a walk, and there will now be runners on first and third with 1 out, and Brandon Parrott at the plate. Brandon Parrott's ready to try and score this run to equal the scores. Hopefully maybe get himself another run. There's a ball inside. Another ball inside. Makes the count 2-0. Bailey Russell's getting a rather big lead out there. He's looking like he might be going. Or he just likes getting really big leads. That ball is skyrocketed to the right side where it appears to be in no man's land, but the right fielder manages to take the catch and doesn't make the throw to home. Tyler Franklin gets in just in time after reading that ball. So the scores are tied up now. Brandon Parrott scores the run, not in the way he probably liked to, but he managed to do it regardless. 2 outs, runner on first base. Brings to the plate Chris Tyler. Curveball in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, and Bailey Russell says, I'm going to just take the second base. And that may have been another cross-up. Maybe not. So runner on second base now for Chris Tyler. Hopefully base hit will score him. or another ball in the dirt will advance to the third. Strike one comes in there, making it now a 1-1 count. Another ball in the dirt, 2-1 count. Chris Tyler fouls that one off. The count is now 2-2. That one gets away from the catcher again. Bailey Russell will advance to third, and the count's now full on Chris Tyler. And base hit will definitely score a run here and put Chat State in the lead. And that ball is lined to left centre. It will not be caught. Chris Tyler will get an easy stand-up double out of that one, and Bailey Russell will score. Chris really squared that one up well. The ball was up and in, and he did a great job. And Max Schmall will now come to the plate with a runner on second base and 2 out, and hope to do the same thing. One out count now for Max Schmall. And that fastball is going to get fouled off to the left side. Max gets a decent pitch, puts it high in the sky where nobody's going to get the catch in right field, and he's going to score Chris Tyler off that hit. It was an interesting hit. It went pretty far, but it was kind of a bloop shot. He didn't get all of it, that's for sure. It wasn't a bloop shot though. It didn't go far enough. Like, I don't know. I don't know how it didn't get caught, but Max Schmall comes out with a single there to score another run, making the score 6-4. And Jet Kern will step up to the plate. That ball's in the dirt for ball 1. Fastball up, ball 2. Fastball up and in, and it gets called a strike. Two-one count now, still 2 outs and a runner on first base. Max Schmall goes, and Jet fouls it off, and makes the count now 2-2. Pitcher steps off. Probably knows Max is thinking about going again. He throws a curveball in there and it's just outside or low. Wasn't a bad pitch though. The count is now full, so Max will be going on first movement. And Jet Kern takes that one high. It'll be in foul territory, but the second baseman will catch the ball in foul territory and make the third out. So after that 3-run inning for Chat State, they take the lead, and it's now 6-4. Going into the bottom of the 6th, we have Ronald Pipemere on the mound for Chat State, number 34, freshman pitcher, right-hander. And the first pitch of the inning is going to go straight to Brandon Parrott, where he says, I am going to take the base and make the first out. Ronald Pipemere makes a 1 pitch and 1 out. Jet Kern lays out for it but doesn't make the play. That one's going to go in for a single there on the second pitch of the inning. So we've got 1 out and a runner on first. Ooh. Ronnie picks him off and he makes an average throw. If he had made a decent throw, he might have had him there. And that's going to be a ball on the outside part of the plate. 1-0 count. And that's an inside pitch that is going to go foul for the first strike of the at-bat. One count. Curveball in the dirt for strike 2. Ball 2. Yeah. And that one's going to get laser beamed to Sean Shealy, who makes a diving catch in centre field. And there's not much that gets past that man out there, so that's pretty expected. Second out is made. Runner on first base now with 2 outs and a new batter. Pick off, and he's safe. Big swing for a foul. Tip, foul tip. Strike 1. And a drag bunt right at the line is going to go foul. A very good idea. Almost catches Bailey Russell sleeping out there. But he lets it go foul and it'll be strike 2. That one's up and in for a ball. 1-2 count. The runner goes, and he gets hosed by Chris Tyler at second base. 3 outs. No runs scored that inning, and there was 1 hit. Score remains 6-4, and we will see you in the top of the 7th. Sean Shealy to lead this inning off and stack on a few more runs perhaps. He takes that fastball inside for a strike. He swings at that one. Strike two. Huh? And he's going to foul that one off to the right side there. Still 0-2 count. That one's very inside for the first ball. Curveball gets away from him, makes it a 2-2 count. And a high fastball will now make the count full. So he goes from 0-2 to 3-2. Sean Shealy going to try and win this one here with the walker, a base hit. And he slaps that one to the right side. It's going to go straight in the hole where the right fielder picks it up and says, bother. Sean Shealy gets himself a single to lead off the inning. Nick Blueball up to bat with no outs and a runner on first. Ball's hit by Nick to the second baseman. Sean gets out at second. Nick gets out at... No, safe at first. No double play. So one out is made at second base there. So now we've got a runner on first, one out. And Tyler Franklin up to bat after that play. That is going to be a ball. It's way up, fastball. Strike one. 1-1 count now. And Nick goes, and he's going to take second with ease as the catcher doesn't manage to get it out of the glove to throw over. Runner on second base now. 2-1 count and one out. Catcher gets crossed up, takes it to the head, and the ball goes back to the back net. Nick advances to third base, and the count is now 3-1. And the field will now play in, as they don't want this run scoring. Tyler Franklin hits a short ball to second base, and he's going to make the second out of the inning. Exactly what Chat State don't want here was that short ball. They just hopped second base and wanted a fly ball to the outfield. 2 outs now and a runner on third base. Jacob Holton up to bat. He gets an inside pitch for ball 1. Takes that ball foul, making it a 1-1 count. Another foul ball, and the count is now 1-2. Jacob Holton needs to get himself on base to avoid being the third out with a runner on third base. Another inside pitch for the second ball. 2-2 count. And that one's going to come in for strike 3, just touching the outside part of the plate. So Jacob Holton gets K'd up for the third out. It's going to come in for strike 1. Ronnie Pipemere remaining on the mound for Chat State here after that brilliant inning last inning. Strike 2 now. That ball's going to be fouled. Still 0-2. curveball comes in there and is fouled off, and it will remain 0-2. And that one's going to get away from him for ball one on the outside part of the plate. And that one clips his toe, so he'll be hit by pitch and he'll take a base. None out and a runner on first base now. And that ball's pretty smoked. It's going to go to Sean Shealy. Makes a diving play in centre right centre. Whichever one of the two. Right centre. Sean Shealy makes a diving play in right centre and makes the first out of the inning. That was a brilliant play. Runner remains at first base and a new batter will appear. He squares around for a bunt. Bailey Russell manages to come and field the ball, but it's too late. The drag bunt has been successful and the runner, the hitter gets a single out of it. So now we've got runners on second and first with one out. Ball one. Ball two, high and away. 2-0 count now. Sorry, 1-1 count. That last pitch was a strike. So 1-1 count. And Jet comes in to try and pick, but Ronnie doesn't find that appealing. That is quite a big lead-off. That was going to go straight to Ronnie, who will get the out at third base. Maybe he could have gone for the double play at 2-1, but he's still got the lead runner out, so that's alright. Two outs now and runners on second and first. And that comes inside for a strike. Curveball in the dirt, ball one. Second base runner has a pretty big lead. Let's see if Ty Delancey does something about it here. He does, but to no success. Reading these plays like a book up here. 1-1 count. The runner does not go, but he makes a big secondary lead. Ball two comes in. Ty Delancey might have another shot at him here. That one's going to be a fly ball. Max Schmoll calls it off Ty Delancey and makes the catch for the third out. no run score. Score update leading into the top of the 8th inning. It is 6 to Chattanooga State and 4 to Cleveland State. Chattanooga State have 9 hits, 0 errors. Cleveland State 4 hits, 0 errors. Bailey Russell to lead off the top of the 8th here. And gets a fastball outside. That one gets away for ball 2. And that one will be strike 1 there. 2-1 count now. That ball's rocked and gone. See you later, ball. Home run for Bailey Russell. Ball was crushed. Not much to say about it. Scores 1 run to lead off the top of the 8th, making the score now 7-4. That ball was dead left field and almost cleared the trees. Now coming into the game, Jackson Justice, number 35. Left-handed swinger. Starting a new count with nobody out. Ball 1. Ball 2. That was a big home run. And Jackson Justice takes a hack at it, making it now 2-1 count. No outs. An inside pitch there, and he Swings and misses. Two count. Another inside pitch will now make the count full. That ball's lined, but it goes foul down the right side, so the count will still be full. Another foul ball. Jackson Justice battling up here pretty well. And the swing and the miss for strike 3 gets the first out of the inning here. Now up is Chris Tyler with 1 out and no runners on. And that ball is bounced in the dirt. 1-0 count. And that was a little bit up, so 2-0 count now. Strike 1 comes through. Two 1 count now. And he spins that one in there, and it's going to be strike 2 on Chris Tyler. 2-2 count now. Another curveball, and it's going to be high. Three 2 count. Chris Tyler fouls that one off. He knows he got his pitch too. That was a good pitch to hit, but just missed it. He's going to have to try and do something again here. 3-2 count. And that one just splits the plate in two there for strike 3. Two outs now, bringing to the plate Max Small. Max gets a pitch that goes behind him. Curveball, I think it was, but it comes in for a ball. one on Max Small. I reckon Max is going to rock something here. Or put a cheeky bunt down, but it'll go foul. So 1-1 now for the right fielder. What did I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? Max Small is going to rock something here, and he does. I'll be taking fortune tellings for $50 a pop. Yeah, come find me. That is an absolute blast by Max Small. Home run. Right down the right field line. Well done, Max. Called it. Wow. Jet Kern now to bat with the bases cleared and 2 outs after 2 big blasts from Max Small and Bailey Russell. That ball's in the dirt for ball 1. That one's going to be up for ball 2. Two-0 count on Jet Kern with 2 outs. That one comes in for strike 1, and a score update after that big blast. 8-4 to Chattanooga State here in the top of the 8th. He fouls that one off, and it will be strike 2 on Jet Kern. 2-2 count. Jet Kern does a great piece of hitting there. He bloops that foul. Let me start again. Jet Kern does a great piece of hitting there, blooping that curveball to the right side of the field on a 2-2 count. Curveball comes in, he waits back on it and drives it to the opposite part of the field and gets himself a single with 2 outs. Excellent job to Jet Kern. And bringing to the plate, Sean Shealy. 2-out rally seems to be ensuing here for some extra runs. Sean pulls around for a bunt. Doesn't want to actually bunt it, but still gets called a strike. 0-1 count with a runner on first and 2 outs. Oof, right to the ribs. Right to the ribs. Sean Shealy cops that one in the upper rib area, and he doesn't seem pleased about it. He takes first base. Now we have runners on second and first, 2 out. Nick Blueball at the plate. Another one, going for the ribs. Ball 1. Both pitches up and in to the left-handers. just up for ball 3. Ball 2. Ball 2, my mistake. 2-0 count here. Good hitting count for Nick. Let's see if he can piece something up. And he doesn't like that pitch either. It's still up and in here. 3-0 count now. And he's probably going to wait for a strike here, I would say. It'd be questionable not to. And there's the strike he was hoping for. 3-1 count. Good hitting count once again for Nick. If he gets a low inside pitch, he'll probably do some damage with it. And he's going to foul that one straight up and make it a 3-2 count. So runners will be advancing here on the pitch because we have 2 outs in the 3-2 count. And if Nick hits a base hit, he's likely to score a couple. And it will be ball 4 instead. Loading the bases up for number 23, Tyler Delancey. And Ty has probably observed that the past couple of pitches have been inside, so he's probably going to be ready for something to blast. Let's see. Loaded bases and 2 out. And that one was one to blast, folks. Inside pitch, and maybe a little bit up. But it's a strike 1 on Ty. And a low inside pitch for strike 2. So Ty is now going to have to battle here on an 0-2 count. And that's going to get fouled off. Still an 0-2 count. And that one's going to be up for the first ball of the at-bat. 1-2 count now. A very long inning here, considering 2 outs have been made quite a while ago. And that one's going to hit? No, maybe not hit Ty. A curveball bounces at his feet. And we'll now make the count to 2-2. Ty still battling here. And that was going to be a called strike for the 3rd out. 8-4 to Chat State after that inning. Tanner Moylan on the mound now for Chat State. Count is 1-1. and no one out. No runners on. Comes in there for a second strike, making it count now 1-2. That ball's going to be fouled off. And strike 3, drop third strike, but Chris makes the play. Sorry, Jordan Heath at home plate makes the play to first base. First out of the innings made. Jordan Heath is now taking over from Chris Tyler as the catcher, while Jackson Justice will be at first instead of Brad and Parrott. That ball is outside for a ball. Foul ball, strike 1. 1-1 count with 1 out, nobody on. Off speed there, but it'll be high. 2-1 count. That one comes in for a strike, making it a 2-2 count. And that is going to be the third strike. 2 strikeouts for Tanner Moylan here, making quick work of the Cleveland State side.